The Real Mccoys, starring Walter Brennan, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the Real Mccoys. That's Grandpappy Amos, the head of the clan. He roars like a lion, but he's gentle as a lamb. And now here's Luke, who beams with joy since he made Kate Mrs. Luke McCoy. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. Old Grandpappy Amos and the girls and the boys of the family known as the Real McCoys.
Hello? Who? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Excuse me? Luke, please turn down the sound.
So a boy can't have no privacy in his own home.
It don't make much difference, Grandpa. We've seen this picture so many times, we don't need to listen to the gunshots.
Hello? Oh, hi, Paula. No, I didn't. You did? They didn't! They are? Oh, no, they couldn't. Oh, they wouldn't. That's the positive end. Why? Oh, I don't believe it. I just don't believe it.
Anything wrong, Hash?
Of all things, Alpha, Beta, Sigma.
Alpha, Beta, who?
Oh, that's a sorority, Grandpa. Paula Hecker and I, well, they're rushing us.
What are they in a hurry for?
No, Grandpa. It's one of them clubs at school, ain't it, Hassie?
A club?
It's Alpha, Beta, Sigma. That's the name of it in Greek.
Greek? Well, now, look, Hash, I ain't got nothing against them foreigners, but ain't there no good American clubs in that school?
Grandpa, the name ain't got nothing to do with those that's in it. It's like, well, take the Lions Club. Now, you know there ain't no lions in Lions.
All right, Luke, you made your point. Is it a good club, Hash?
Oh, it's just the very best at Valley High, and the most exclusive, too.
Hey, this Paula Hecker you mentioned, is she any kin to the manager of the bank in town?
Oh, he's her father. Only he's not the manager, he's the president. Oh, and Barbara Lydell, the rush chairman, she's the mayor's niece.
Well, say, they sound like the kind of girls that make nice friends. You know, it might be a good idea to join the thing.
Oh, well, Luke, just because I'm being rushed, well, doesn't mean that they have to accept me.
Accept you? Well, it should be the other way around. Why, back in West Virginia, any social circle didn't have McCoy in the middle. They weren't much better than a wolf pack.
Luke?
Yeah?
Luke, I just can't find a thing to wear. Do you think Kate'd mind if I borrowed her white cardigan?
Well, gee, she ain't wore it herself yet.
I'll take good care of it.
Yes, has that got to do with that Greek thing?
It does.
Well, if you're going to get all gussied up, what's the matter with that polka dot dress of your own?
That old thing? Oh, that's strictly Weirdsville.
Well, now, just hold on a minute here, Miss High and Mighty. You didn't say that when Kate made it for you.
That was last semester. I've changed since then.
Yeah, but not but what letting out a couple of seams couldn't fix.
Grandpa. Please, Luke, I've just got to wear a white sweater. Why, with the Alpha Betas, it's practically a uniform.
Well, I suppose you can wear it just this once, but take good care of it.
I will.
Well, Hash, see, I meant to tell you, that stove is getting kind of messed up. Would you give it a good cleaning when you get home?
And ruin my manicure?
You hear that, Luke? And ruin my manicure?
Well, don't let it get under your skin, Grandpa. Hassie's in just kind of a mood here with this sorority stuff. Well, we better get outside and get them hogs slopped.
Okay, but it's going to take all the polish off of my nails.
Señor Grandpa! ¡Ay, Chihuahua, te tiene cuenta, muchacha! Señor Grandpa, look, wait till you see Hassie. You've never seen anything like this before.
What are you talking about, Tofino?
There ain't nothing wrong, is he?
I don't think so, but I'm not sure.
Jumping hard toads. What happened to you?
Ain't you a little too old to be getting in a fight?
Yeah, who messed up your hair like that?
Oh, good heavens. Try and get a compliment around here.
Well, is it supposed to look like that?
Of course. It's a bouffant beehive. And it just happens to be the very latest thing from Paris, France.
How'd they ever let it through custom?
Must have smuggled it in.
Well, it's the new look. Doesn't anybody like it?
I think I like it, Hassie. It's just that it's very different.
That's the whole idea. Armand at the beauty shop says I'm the very first one to have it.
Beauty shop? You mean to say you spend good money for a get-up like that?
Only $3.50. I took it out of the money I saved.
Well, if that don't beat Harry, spending money for something you could have done yourself by sticking your head into an electric fan.
Now, look, Hass, we didn't mean to get you all worked up. It's just that all this is a little new to us. Now, you already spent the money, so let's just forget it.
All the alphabetas get their hair done at that beauty shop. Why should I be any different?
Because you're McCoy, that's why. And McCoy women has always been known as what you might call do-it-yourself beauties.
I should have known you'd say that. Do-it-yourself dresses, do-it-yourself hairdos. I could be a real creep, and you wouldn't care just so I did it myself.
Now, what rung that up?
Senor Grandpa, when it comes to fixing the hair, women are very touchy.
But, Hass, you don't have to do all that stuff to look pretty.
You know, I was just thinking, maybe it ain't what Hassie is that's important. It's what she thinks she ain't.
Come again, Luke?
I see what Senor Luke means.
You do?
See? Hassie thinks she needs all this to get into the club.
So instead of picking on her, it might be that we ought to try to help her.
I agree.
Well, I'm willing to help if you say so, Luke. But all this cashmere sweater business and that crazy hairdo, I don't know.
Oh, there ain't nothing so unusual about that. I remember when you was up for membership in the Mystic Order of the Nile. You not only slicked your hair down with all that goo, you even borrowed my red tie to top it all off.
Well, that was different, Luke. Seeing as how I was a fashion plate, I sort of had a reputation to keep up. Let's get this down here now.
But you needn't have bothered. I could have taken a school bus.
No bother, Hassie. If you'd only mentioned where you lived, I could have been driving you home all semester.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
Hassie, is that a Model A Ford?
I guess so. I never really paid too much attention to it. Why?
Oh, my father was telling me about a Model A he had in college. Oh, I bet he'd love to take a spin in that. Is it yours?
Well, not exactly. What I mean is that, well, it belongs to one of the hired hands. That's Grandpa. He likes to fool around with old cars. It's his hobby.
Afternoon, girls.
Good afternoon.
Grandpa, you've heard me say Paula Hecker, and this is Susan Prentice.
Hello. Hi.
Susan is president of Alpha Beta Sigma.
Well, now, up till now, the biggest political figure we ever had around here was Alderman Fenton.
Grandpa's always making little jokes like that. Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
Wait, ain't you going to invite your friends inside?
Well, Grandpa, it's late, and,
Why don't you leave the girls speak to the shafts? The way you act, your body thinks that you was trying to get rid of them.
Oh, well, it's not that. Hassie knows we wanted to get our homework done before dinner. Yes, or maybe some other time, Mr. McCoy.
Some other time, huh? Well, is anything wrong on Sunday afternoon?
Grandpa, please, the girls wouldn't be interested in the farm.
What do you mean they wouldn't be interested in farms? Why, there ain't nothing more interesting in the world than farms. What do you think this country is built on? Farms, that's what.
Guess I never thought of it that way, Mr. McCoy. Mr. McCoy, you've got a date.
Well, fine. Hey, say, that invite goes for any other girlfriends you want to bring along with you. We'll have us a barbecue.
That sounds swell. Well, we'll see you Sunday. Bye, Mr. McCoy.
Well, we'll be waiting on you.
Bye.
Bye.
Grandpa, why'd you do it? I'm so embarrassed I could cry.
Why, heck, just 'cause I invited them instead of you? Well, it's still all in the family.
Grandpa, you don't understand. Those girls, they live in town. What are they going to think when they really see this place?
Oh, Hash, this ain't no time to be modest. What's the good of having all these advantages we got unless we can share them with our friends? You see, the secret of milking is keeping time. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Sort of like dancing the old two-step.
I wonder if anyone ever tried it to the cha-cha-cha. That'd be something new.
Oh, I thought most milking was done by machines these days.
Yes.
Well, I reckon most of it is. But old Bess here, well, she's kind of ticklish. And then again, I sort of like to keep my hand in the business.
It's just another one of Grandpa's hobbies. Actually, the help does most of the real work around here.
Let's go watch Mr. McCoy. Look at them.
Girls. I was working on the bill of fare for supper, and how's these for a couple of starters?
Oh, Grandpa, why'd you have to go and pick them puny ones?
You mean you grow them even bigger?
Oh, sure. But they call them watermelons. And now for a barbecue, I figure we start out with, say, a fruit salad, and then the main dish will have chicken and vegetables, and how about a baked potato?
Oh, sounds wonderful.
And we'll top it off with a watermelon. So you see, girls, you got a lot of picking to do.
What? Grandpa, you couldn't expect them to pick their own meal.
Well, what's wrong with that, Hash?
They're our guests.
Well, the secret of real hospitality is make your guests feel like there's one of the family. And you know, in this house, if you want to eat, you got to pick. Come on, girls.
Okay. This is going to be fun.
Come on, Hass. Friends of yours is having more fun than a barrel of monkeys.
I think it's disgusting. Making them work like peasants.
Well, they ain't doing nothing that we don't have to all year round. Grandpa explained them that.
That's just it. Couldn't he have waited till after I was in the club? And now I can just imagine what they're thinking.
Oh, they're probably envying you to beat all get out.
Yeah, sure. I'm the luckiest girl in the world. I'm just lucky we're not having hamburgers. Grandpa probably would have asked him to butcher the meat.
Now, Hassie, you know on special occasions we always barbecue chicken. Look yonder.
Oh, no. Not Barbara. She's chairman of the membership committee.
You know, Grandpa, after that barbecue yesterday, it's going to take me a few days to get my appetite back again.
You sure stashed it away, Luke.
Yeah, I guess everybody did.
Say, you know, it's amazing the way them city girls took the farm. You think every one of them was born to it.
Yeah, everybody except Hassie. She acted like the only city girl in the whole bunch.
Yeah, well, I think Hassie's probably used to it, you know. Who's there?
It's me.
No time? Hey, come here, Hass. What you doing home this time of day? You ain't out of school for 3 hours yet.
I didn't feel very well.
What, Hass? You ain't got a fever, have you?
No.
What's wrong?
It's the Alphas. They blackballed me.
They done what?
They turned me down. They took in Paula, but they didn't want me.
Well, I wouldn't feel so bad, Hass. It ain't the end of the world, you know.
It's all Grandpa's fault.
Me? What'd I do?
Everything was going just fine till you invited him out here. Oh, I knew once they saw the way we lived. I knew I wouldn't be good enough for him. I wish I was dead.
She didn't mean that, Grandpa.
She never talked that way before, Luke.
No, it just kind of slipped out.
Now, Luke, look, I've been willing to go along with this business of trying to help Hassie like you and Papina said, but it just ain't worked out. So I'm going to do things my way. Now, you stop this whimpering. I want to talk to you.
I want to be alone.
I'm sick and tired of what you want to be. You want to be alone. You want to be dead. You want to be something you ain't.
I don't want to talk about it right now.
Well, you don't have to, because I'm going to do the talking. Now, you got to forget about this club and all this fancy stuff that's going on around here and get yourself back to earth again.
Grandpa, I don't feel very well.
And I'm sick and tired of you making believe you're the Queen of Sheba.
But you don't understand.
I understand that any girl who won't clean a stove for fear of ruining a manicure ain't like no other McCoy woman.
But, Grandpa...
And I understand that when you put on airs that ain't natural to you, you're only going to lead yourself into being miserable. Now, look, Hassie, if them girls don't figure you're good enough for them the way you are, then they ain't worth having as friends. Because believe me, you don't have to make believe you're nothing for nobody. Because I think you're just fine the way you are. Good afternoon, girls.
How are you, Mr. McCoy?
Well, I'm just fine, but Hassie ain't so good, though. Say, you kids sure done a good job on her.
Mr. McCoy, we didn't want to blackball her, honest.
Oh?
It's just that, well, after we rushed her, we began to see that it wouldn't work out.
In other words, she wasn't good enough because she couldn't have the fancy clothes the rest of you kids wear and didn't have a rich family to buy them for her?
Oh, but that's got nothing to do with it. Mr. McCoy, you're not being fair.
Well, what do you spoiled kids know about being fair? Do you think it was fair for you to lead Hassie on and get her to dress like you and act like you and even think like you till she got to be a stranger to a whole family?
Mr. McCoy, can we say something?
Well, I ain't stopping you.
Well, in the first place, all the alphabetas don't come from rich families, especially me.
Well, the mayor's your uncle, ain't he?
Oh, he is, but my father works in the Valley Surplus store.
Oh.
So you see, it isn't what a girl has that counts. It's the kind of a person she is. Well, that's why we picked Hassie in the first place.
Well, what made you change your mind, then?
Hassie did. When she started acting like
The Queen of Sheba?
well, something like that, I suppose. We're really sorry, Mr. McCoy.
Say, I wonder if you girls would be kind enough to come out of the house for maybe a few minutes.
Well, I think it would be, very, embarrassing for everybody.
Well, now, you'd be doing a great favor for a tired old man.
Well, all right, Mr. McCoy.
Oh, Hassie?
Yes, Grandpa?
Be some girlfriends of yours here? Go right ahead.
Hi, Barbara. Hi, Susan. Hello, Hassie.
Susan and Bobby wanted to come over and see you. Well, that ain't exactly the way it was, but here he is. I just remembered I got something to do outside.
Look, girls, I don't know what this is all about, but I'm in the middle of cleaning a stove. It's one of my jobs around here. And I don't own a cashmere sweater. And I can't afford to have my hair done at the beauty parlor every week.
But, Hassie, that's not really...
Look, let's face it, I don't fit in with your crowd. Hassie, if you just let us... And that car you saw? It's not a hobby. My grandfather's owned it for 20 years. And he'll probably own it for another 20.
All I can say is you got a lot of nerve taking things in your own hands like this.
Well, now, Luke, they've been in there over 10 minutes. Maybe something good's happening.
Yeah, like making Hassie cry again.
Don't yell at me like that, Luke. I'm a tired old man.
Yo, stop that baloney.
You don't hear no fireworks, Luke.
Join the Alpha Betas. Everything's straightened out.
That's right.
Well, what do you know?
Thanks to you, Mr. McCoy. She'll get her pin tomorrow.
Yeah, well, now I'm rightly proud Hassie's going to have you two girls for friends.
Thank you.
Come on, let's finish up here.
Ain't that something? 1 minute they're having a spat, and the next minute they're working their heads off together.
Yeah.
Wonder when they're going to have the next spat.
What?
Barn's going to need paint, you know.